Hey guys, Red Eyes 15 here bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, and it's been a while since I uploaded, but hey, I'm still around, I'm still kicking. Just haven't been much news to go on in Duel Links, and recently we got a new character named Primo, and basically, just like usual, when we get a new character in Duel Links, I'm going to break down how you get them. By the way, you have until this Sunday to actually unlock them. Sunday will be the last day once it hits midnight, or 1 or, well, 11, depending on your time zone. This character will be no longer available until this event comes back around in Duel Links. But anyway, let's hop over to Duel Links and do some cringy voice acting. Here we are on Duel Links. Now, as you see, the name of the event is Ray Duel, Fear the Mekalor Emperor. And now, I meant to have this video up sooner, but I've been really lazy in the event. I've been working a lot. And I just now got the points you need to actually unlock him. You need 3,300,000 points to actually get him. You know you have the points once you unlock the card sleeves for this event. But I also wasn't really interested in this character. I don't know what the skills themselves do, but I heard that they weren't going to be any good until we actually got, well, the Make cards, which is in the new box that came out yesterday. But hey, let's go ahead and get this cringy voice acting out the way and see what moves Primo have. Because honestly, all I know about the Make Lord decks is that it's good for countering synchro monsters. Besides that, I know nothing about the archetype. But let's keep going. You humans remind me of bees, working tirelessly to build a civilization and leave a legacy. But what happens to a bee after he loses his stinger? He wandered aimlessly until he wanders no more, leaving just an empty trace of his path. It's the fate of every human to lose their stinger, meaning all nations are destined to be destroyed, leaving no trace behind. So keep dancing your dance, knowing that it will amount to nothing. And if you even muster the courage to fight back, my Mekor Emperor will crush you. Like the synchro monsters, you humans wouldn't be no more. Alright, that's Primo. But basically, all this is saying is that you can only get his monster, the Megalord Emperor Weasel, through the new box that released. But let's go check out the skills and see what he can do. Because honestly, I have zero interest in this character. Because I didn't even finish this arc. Okay, Rex. But anyway, I didn't never finish this particular arc. Huh, I wasn't too off. But anyway, I never finished that season of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Like, I started it, but then I never actually got up to the point where him and the other two showed up. But let's see the skills that are exclusive to him. Well, first let's look up his level up reward. Now, we have Waiso Attack, which is the first one, the one that you can actually get from the event now, it's number 3. If there is no face of Mech Lord on the field, destroy this card, so it's trash. We're not going to be using that in a Mech Lord deck. Right, so top, if there's no trash as well, okay. If there's no face of Mech Lord on the field, destroy this card. When an opponent monster declares an attack that target another monster you control, you can change the attack to this card. Eh, I mean, it's alright, but again, this whole part, which seems to be that's what they're supposed to do, effect, is that if you don't have Meklo Emperor in play, then this goes bye bye. Okay. Right, so carrier, if there's no face of Meklo, okay, that's the supposed to, so we're gonna start Renos. Cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. Okay, then we at level 13 we have a skill. Let's see. Life point boost save, too generic, don't care about it. Battle returns. During your battle phase, target one Megalor Emperor monster you control, have its attack until the end of this turn, and if you do, it can make a second attack during. Okay, that could make the deck alright, but like I said before, the Megalor deck isn't that good just since you really heavily relies on your opponent playing synchro monsters. But they do boost each other's attacks for each Megalor you do have in play. But so far, I feel like if you're gonna be running a Mechlord deck with this character, you're mainly gonna be actually using the Mechlord monsters instead of just like White Sword attack and stuff because they just gonna get destroyed if your opponent just destroyed one of your monsters. And that'd be bad for monsters for if you're playing against Lunar Lights and your opponent summons Cat Danger and just destroy all your stuff. Because basically Cat Danger just have to use one attack, your monster gets destroyed. Oh look, you just lost all your other monsters. Okay, here's a skill form. No One to Love can only be used on your next turn after your monster is destroyed by a card effect. Return one card from your hand to the deck, and add one Mech Emperor Riser to your hand from your deck. It's alright, but let's see what the boss monster does because I have actually read this card. Let's see, cannot be normal summoned slash set, must be special summoned by its own effect, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. When a face up monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Other monsters you control cannot declare an attack. Once per turn, you can target one synchro monster your opponent controls. Crit that targets this card. This card gains attack equal to the combined attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect. Once per turn, you end your player's turn. When your opponent activates a spell card, you can negate activation and if you do destroy it. Yeah, that's why I thought like the deck is heavily reliant on your opponent playing synchro, so you happen to be going against all the other plays, and any deck that happens to play synchros that are unaffected by card effects such as Blue Eyes, then it's just kind of like, wow, this is trash. Oh, Infinity Force. When you take battle damage, well, take battle or effect damage while you control a Megalor Emperor monster, destroy all monsters your opponent control. Now, this would be one card that could make the deck competitive. Do we get another copy of it though? And if not, I don't recall if it was in the box. Twin Vortex. Target one machine type monster you control and one monster your opponent control. Destroy both targets. That's alright, and plus it would trigger the Mechalor Emperor Wiser's effect to special summon itself. So this some places seem like the deck have. I have to look more into it and see what other skills we get. But there's also something I want to check too. Okay, it's a dark machine, so you can run not Borlo, Despacito, and basically combo off with it. So there might be some interesting plays to do with the Mechalor deck to make it where you're not completely reliant on just this card alone and your opponent playing synchros. And I think I almost knocked my computer off. But let's go see if there's any other exclusive skills for. Okay, we have Castle of Machines. Return one Mechalor Emperor monster in your hand to the deck, and add one Mechalor Fortress to your hand from your outside of your deck. This skill can only be used once per duel. Okay, this is the field spell. And as you see, I got 3 copies of it because it is from the new box. But Mechalor Emperor monster you control cannot be targeted by the effects of synchro monsters. When this card is on the field, it's destroyed, and since the graveyard, you can add one Mechalor monster from your deck to your hand. Alright, so effectively this card replaces itself if your opponent destroys it without, Cosmic Cycloning and banishing it instead. But hey, it replaces itself if it does go to the graveyard. But outside of that, you save from the Cyber Harpy, yeeting your monster back into your hand or deck. I forgot which way it goes, but anyway, at least it keeps your monster safe from synchros. Gathering of Ghosts can only be used the turn you activate DNA transplant. Oh, return one dark monster in your hand to your deck. and play one ally salvo from outside your deck. This card, this skill can only be used once per turn and twice per duel, and only if you begin the duel with a deck/extra deck that contains no monsters other than the same type. Hmm. When this card is destroyed by a battle with a light monster and since the graveyard, select two cards on the field, destroy them. Okay, this could be an interesting skill right here. Skill. That sounded weird in my headphones there, but anyway. Yeah, this skill could be interesting, it could be something we could mess around with, but let's keep going. Hey, make we're entering. Okay, this is the skill you get starting off. You get his Ace Monster Megalor Emperor Weissel to your deck. In addition, if your life points are at 2,500 or lower, you can place one Spark Breaker face up on the field from outside your deck. On turn, you can target one monster you control, destroy it. Okay, now this card makes sense to me since it seems like most of the Megalords do want to be destroyed, just so you can special summon this guy out. One love, part replacement. Change one face-up monster on the field whose original name is Weissel, top Weissel tag, guard, top 3, attack 3, guard 3. Include the same name, the skill can only be used once per duel. So basically, just lets you replace the parts. Okay. Part separation Weissel can be used if you have a Megalor monster on the field, you have yugioh cards in your extra deck, you turn up to 2 level 1 Dark Machine type monsters in your hand to the deck, and play one Weissel top tag guard carrier up to the number of monsters you have returned. Okay, the first part skill seems alright, this one not so much. Shadow card can be used if your life points are at 2,500 or below. We've turned one dark monster in your hand to the deck, and then add one Hook of the Hidden Knight to your hand from outside your deck. If this card attacks, if this attack precision card is targeted for an attack, the attacking monster changes this card to defense position, and if you do, change the attacking monster to defense position. And if this card changes from attack position to defense, inflict 400. Just a good line of defense, I admit that much. Can be used if your opponent controls a synchro monster. Play one Megalor Emperor monster from your hand. This skill can only be used for. Again, it's an alright skill. Overall, my personal opinion, I'd say don't really bother farming to unlock this guy. I mainly just did it for the content, but besides the gems, that's all he's worth for to me. But I might play around with the Megalor deck to try to figure something out with him. But right now, I'm really sleeping on this character. But anyway, that's all for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed the content. And well, the next video is basically going to be going over Pendulum Summoning because Pendulum has been added to Duel Links codes and kind of about how it's going to work out in Duel Links. But anyway, gotta get ready to go back to work, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.